লুকিয়ে লুকিয়ে ছবি নিয়ে নিলাম। জয়, লুকিয়ে লুকিয়ে ছবি নিয়ে নিলাম আপনার।
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत राधा शिवासि गोपकुंज श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंज राधकुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की न्यू पानीपत धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जगन्नाथ बाबुलेश्वर महारानी की श्री गौरी की श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की झूमरमाई गंगमाई की सांबेर भक्त वृंद की हरिनाम संकीर्तन की संकीर्तन जप की ट्रेजर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की गो प्रेमानंदी
Jai Guru Swami Maharaj ki Jai. Did anyone else here for the first time coming? Where you all from, please? Huh? Venezuela, all the way from Venezuela. Let me give a round of applause for this wonderful group. Anyone else here for the first time coming? Yes?
Virginia.
Huh?
Virginia.
Virginia, all the way from Virginia. There you go. So I'd like to really welcome His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj. He's our GBC here in Atlanta. And let's give a round of welcome with the loud Hari Bol and chanting Hare Krishna one time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj is a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He's also sannyasi and he preaches all around the world, and he also read a lot of books. So I'd like to request Sikkimite Prabhu to introduce him a little bit.
One more important part, I guess, is our, as you know, this International Society for Krishna Consciousness is managed by a governing body commission. So His Holiness is also one of the governing body commissioners, and specifically for Atlanta Temple. And a lot of most of his preaching is also in New Zealand, in that area, so in Europe. So again, we are very grateful that he's here today, and he's been here the whole week. And anyway, thank you very much, Maharaj.
Go Premanandi. Om Gyana Chimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militanyena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today we'll speak about being proactive in arranging your life to add more Krishna. Certainly you can feel that the pressures of the age of Kali are mounting. There's so much anxiety, so much depression. An intelligent human being wonders, what is the purpose of human life? Is there any material solution to all the problems and crises of the day? When we look at the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Kunti Devi acknowledging that even though it seems the Pandavas have emerged successfully from the Battle of Kurukshetra, there seems to be an even greater tragedy in the offing, that Krishna is leaving Hastinapur to return to Dwarka. So you might be thinking, the battle is over, the storm has broken, let Krishna go. But to Queen Kunti and the Pandavas, this is the greatest disaster of them all. In spite of their material expertise, in spite of their extraordinary powers, they feel completely dependent on Krishna's mercy. And that is a lesson for all of us, that our abilities, talents, assets in the eyes of the world may seem enormous, but they cannot give us real protection. Kunti Devi and her sons know that. They're not fooled by the false prestige of material attainment. They're not fooled by the false shelter of material existence. So she's recognizing that all our prosperity, all our well-being depends on Krishna's presence. Of course, Krishna is never separated from such close associates. But this is the nature of love for Krishna. You get a taste of love and separation from Krishna right in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where you see Kunti Devi saying the greatest tragedy has yet to come. Therefore you can't go, Krishna. It seems that if there are repeated external tragedies, you're with us. And now that those external tragedies have subsided, you're leaving us. That's the greatest tragedy of them all. So better we have external tragedies and have you around than let there be apparent peace and prosperity, but you're gone. So then she begins to present various reasons why Krishna has appeared. First of all, you have to, especially with Janmashtami coming up, you have to make peace with the fact that the unborn apparently takes birth. Only then can you move on to your next question, which is, why would the unborn apparently take birth? So with Janmashtami coming up in a month and a half or so, you have time to consider, why does Krishna appear in this world? How does he appear in this world? What's his purpose? But today we'll focus on Kunti Devi's presentation that there seems to be a happy ending to the battle of Kurukshetra. We won. But you still cannot go Krishna. Why? Because there'll be so many descendants of the slain enemies who will want to take revenge upon us. In Devamrita, if any of you have ever had the chance to read that, you find Narada Muni searching for the greatest devotee. Of course, having His Holiness Jayadvaita Swami here makes me remember Devamrita, which I always refer to as the gold standard for literary productions since Srila Prabhupada's departure. So Narada Muni has just been talking with Hanuman. Narada Muni's been told Hanuman is the greatest devotee. But then Hanuman says, no, you haven't seen anything yet. You need to go find the Pandavas. So Narada Muni immediately leaves for Hastinapur. And he enters the city of Hastinapur jubilantly dancing. I found them, I found the greatest devotees. What does he find the Pandavas doing? They're concocting reasons why Krishna should always be with them, because there's danger. They're making it up. Yudhisthira and company. First they consider, maybe we should say to Krishna that there's going to be a great yajna, a huge sacrifice, and therefore he should come. But then they consider, that would take too long to make a massive yajna. Too much time would have to pass. Too much time without Krishna. Okay, maybe there'll be an attack by enemies. That's a great reason to have Krishna come. Of course, the fact is the Pandavas are invincible. But it's part of their love for Krishna that they're manufacturing reasons why Krishna should be with them. They're showing you how to use your intelligence to arrange that Krishna is always present in the center of your life. So I remember in the commentary in Devamrita, there it states that there are two ways that Krishna puts his devotees apparently in difficulty. One is to glorify them. The other is to increase their dependency on him. So here you have Yudhisthira and his brothers coming up with reasons why things are going wrong. They're manufacturing this, but this is all part of increasing the presence of Krishna in their life. So Kunti Devi in the first canto of Bhagavatam is pointing out, we're not in the clear yet. We're not out of danger. the sons and grandsons of the slain warriors opposing us. They'll want to take revenge. And then think of what's going to happen if Krishna's footprints are no longer gracing the earth, if Krishna's glance is no longer upon nature, because his footprints are there on the earth. The earth is in such a fortunate situation because his glance is over nature. All the natural resources are abundantly manifesting. But if you go, Krishna, it's just like when the spirit soul leaves a dead body. When the spirit soul leaves a body, the body is dead. What to speak of the name and fame of the body? All finished. So you might say, and it wouldn't be an exaggeration, I think, you might say that Queen Kunti is making the most brilliant guilt trip to put on Krishna. If you go, this will happen, that'll happen, that'll happen. You can't go now because of this, because of that, because of that. Even just the absence of Krishna's footprints is a great disaster. Footprints play a very important role in Krishna Lila. Not only do they bring about an effect, such as Kunti Devi's pointing out, but they also serve to enhance Krishna's own activities. Just like in Damodar Lila. How did footprints play such an important role? You know what happened. Mother Yashoda apparently neglected Krishna while feeding him. The milk was boiling over on the stove. So she put Krishna down. You might say, why didn't she keep holding Krishna and then go to the stove and tend to the milk? But the acharyas explained that she didn't do that because she wouldn't have moved fast enough. So she put Krishna down. In any case, everything in her house is meant for Krishna's pleasure. But Krishna saw an opportunity to show anger and create further pastimes. So you know what happened. She put Krishna down. She went to tend to the milk boiling over on the stove. And Krishna threw a temper tantrum. He bit his lip. Have you ever been so angry that you bite your lip? Any kids here? You ever been so angry you bit your lip? So first, Krishna breaks the pot that was churning yogurt into butter. He takes a stone and breaks that. And naturally that creates a mess of yogurt on the floor. Then Krishna goes into another room where there's butter hanging from the roof. And he deals with that. Feeding butter to the monkeys. Mother Yashoda, how does she figure out what's going on? She sees the broken churning pot. Yes, she understands it's Krishna who's done it. But how does she find Krishna? Following the yogurt-smeared footprints. This is detective work in Vrindavan. You want to track down the butter thief? Watch for those butter-smeared footprints, yogurt-smeared footprints. So she tried to sneak up on Krishna to catch him in the in the act to catch him red-handed. But Krishna is always looking over both shoulders, watching for when she may come. So this is what footprints have done. They've allowed Mother Yashoda to track Krishna down. The footprints combined with the sounds. She heard the sounds coming from the other room. So she put everything together, all the clues, all the hints, and she took action. Another Krishna Leela in which Krishna's footprints play an extraordinary role is dealing with the Kaliya serpent. How did the Brijbasis first become aware that there was an extraordinary problem, an unprecedented catastrophe? First, there were omens, malefic omens, bad omens, meteors shooting through the sky, earthquakes on the ground. The left eye was quivering. Immediately, everyone thought about Krishna. Not about their own safety. That was not the first thought at all. Where is Krishna? He's gone to the Yamuna without Balaram. Oh no. Instantly they thought, these ill omens mean Krishna is being threatened. There's danger for Krishna. Of course, Balaram had not gone to the Yamuna. Balaram was there in the village. And Balaram, with his omniscience, understood there's no need to fear for any problem happening to my brother. But Balaram didn't say anything. He knew that I can't inform them if it's not Krishna's desire. I don't want to interfere with the Leela. So I won't say anything. He just smiled. His smile did calm them down a bit. Otherwise, they were becoming transcendently hysterical. So they all decided on the spot, let's go find Krishna. So the whole village pours out, searching for Krishna. It was not hard to find where Krishna went because his footprints are always there. No one in the village would step on Krishna's footprints, not even the animals. Everyone respected Krishna's footprints by letting them stay. So that's how the Brijbasis could track Krishna down. They followed the footprints to the bank of the Yamuna River, where the most, in their eyes, the most terrifying sight greeted them. Krishna caught in the grips of Kaliya, frozen, not moving. The first thing they did was try to ask the cowherd boys who had been on the spot earlier, what happened? Did Krishna jump into this poisonous lake? Or did Kaliya drag him in? But the cowherd boys couldn't answer. They were stunned, unconscious. So without the footprints, how would they have tracked Krishna down? The footprints played such a major role. But there's an even more intimate way that the footprints triggered events in Krishna Leela. In the Rasa Leela, as it unfolded, Krishna left the company of the gopis. They were roaming throughout the forest in the middle of the night in Vrindavan, trying to find Krishna, having no idea where he was. They're asking the trees, they're asking the plants, they're asking the earth. And then they see Krishna's footprints. Unmistakable. These are Krishna's footprints. They follow those footprints. And then they see another set of footprints alongside Krishna's footprints. They immediately understand what's going on. Krishna has left our company and gone off with someone who has surpassed us in excellence. They follow those double set of footprints. And then they can tell exactly what's going on just by staring at the footprints. Just by scrutinizing the footprints. They can tell, here Krishna must have reached up to some branches. Look at the impressions of the feet. You only see half of the footprint. He must have stood on his toes, reaching up. Here we can tell by looking at the ground that Krishna must have taken this most favorite girlfriend and putting flowers in her hair. They could construct exactly what was going on. At least we can understand that without Krishna's pleasure, how is this earth going to be prosperous and safe? And that is Queen Kunti Devi's point. In other words, Krishna Lila has not only lessons about the most exquisite love of Krishna, but it also has lessons about how we can live a sane and sober lifestyle in a sane and sober society. And of course, today we don't have a sane and sober society. We have a society that destroys our stability, destroys our vitality, yet is so proud that human beings are making progress. This kind of pride prevents a human being from understanding his or her true mission in life. The pride blinds us so much. We think we can be successful without Krishna. Kunti Devi's prayers say no. She's telling Krishna, begging him in a very eloquent way, please don't go without your glance. Nature will never reveal its bounty. Without your footprints on the earth will never be in a favorable situation. And then her son Yudhisthira makes his famous plea. My dear Krishna, please just stay a few days longer. And because of Yudhisthira's love and the love of the Pandavas, Krishna agrees. I remember reading this as a brand new, aspiring devotee. 1972. And I was listening to Srila Prabhupada explain this section of Bhagavatam. I wasn't living in the temple then. There was a Radio Krishna. So they would play lectures of Prabhupada every Saturday morning around 10 a.m. So I made sure to be awake at that time. It was a great austerity. So I would just listen to the lectures. I couldn't understand the accent, but there was something so profound about the listening experience. I caught a few parts of the lecture I could understand, but I remember this part of the first canto where Yudhisthira says to Krishna, "My dear Krishna, please stay a few days longer." And Krishna agreed. So Srila Prabhupada said that so momentously, I could never forget it. "Dear Lord Krishna, please stay a few days longer." I began to wonder, why is this so significant? Little did I know that I was starting to wonder about love of Krishna, about the depths of bhakti, even in the first canto. So you all have that opportunity to not only detach yourself from material life, but you have the opportunity to attach yourself more deeply to Krishna. So just remember Narada Muni coming upon the Pandavas in Hastinapur, and how the Pandavas are scheming, artificially coming up with artificial reasons why Krishna should be there. Well, we could say there's a big yajna. We discussed that. We could say that they're enemies. We discussed that. The whole point is they're using their intelligence how to have Krishna in the center of their life. How to increase Krishna's presence. Everything about Krishna is significant. His footprints, his butter-smeared footprints, his footprints in the forest in the middle of the night, his footprints on the path of Yamuna River. If Krishna's footprints are so important, certainly we can start to understand the difference between Krishna and us. At Georgia Tech University the other day, we had a nice program attended by maybe 60 persons, and one of the professors there, apparently a regular at the programs, came up and in a very gentle way presented that she's totally immersed in Advaita Vedanta. So I said, well, why not consider Bhagavad Gita as evidence? She said, oh, only the Upanishads. I said, what about Gita Upanishad? No, just the real Upanishads. I saw she was quite determined to avoid Krishna, yet she was coming to the programs. All right. So I said, let's talk about the Upanishads. Her eyes lit up. I said, Nicho Nichanam, Chaitanas Chaitananam. Out of all the infinite numbers of eternal beings, there's one chief. Out of all the conscious beings, there's one chief. And what's the difference between that one and all the others? Ego Bahunam Yovididati Kama. That one maintains all the others. She looked at me and smiled and said, Ega, the one. And that's the only part of the verse she would focus on. The one. So at that point I realized there are other people at the program to talk to. They're so persistent to avoid Krishna. How does such a misfortune come upon us? And here we are relishing Krishna's footprints. Butter-smeared footprints, yogurt-smeared footprints. footprints leading through the Yamuna amidst what seems to be the greatest catastrophe. Footprints in the middle of the night. Sharat Purnima. Why is it that we make plans to be successful without Krishna in our life, or without increasing the presence of Krishna in our life? To be a bhakta means to be moving forward. It is very nice to believe in Krishna, but much, much, much better it is to actively engage in Krishna's service. Suppose one of your children says to you, "You know, Mother, I do believe that you're my mother." How significant would that be for you? No, you want a loving relationship. Or at least you want the child to be obedient and behave and do things properly. So why do we consider it such a great achievement just to express, "I believe in Krishna"? Bhakti involves the active engagement in devotional service. That's what Krishna asked for in Bhagavad Gita. The more we engage in devotional service, the more we appreciate Krishna's unlimited beauty, Krishna's infinite attractiveness. What does it mean to engage in Krishna's service? Use your senses. Use your resources. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Pranar Artar Dhya Vacha. You give your whole life's energies for Krishna's seva. Arta, you give your wealth. Dhya, you use your intelligence to formulate plans how to serve Krishna better. Vacha, you use your words to glorify Krishna. You use your words to instruct others about Krishna. Then your life is truly successful. So as we approach Sri Krishna Janmashtami, let's make plans how we can increase the presence of Krishna in our life. In this way, we'll truly be the most successful. We'll have the best career. And maybe one day we'll get to the point where we're so situated in our relationship with Krishna that we can concoct dangers. Krishna, don't go. There's this, there's that, there's that. Of course, living in this world, in the material world, is dangerous in of itself at every step. But we don't have to remain in the clutches of such material dangers. By increasing our dependency on Krishna, we're in the safest situation. And that's what Narada came upon in Hastinapur. He's sent by Hanuman. He found the Pandavas so safe, yet here they are scheming to come up with imaginary dangers so that Krishna will be with them. This is how attractive Krishna is, unlimitedly attractive. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Comments from His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj? He says no. I had to give it a try. Yes?
Maharaj, when we read Krishna book, there is a lot of emphasis on Krishna walking Krishna's footprints in Vrindavan. So is it that Krishna in Vrindavan does not wear shoes and Krishna in Dwarka and Mathura wear shoes? Is there some... I've been meditating on this because we always worship the lotus feet of Krishna.
Are you always meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna in Vrindavan or Dwarka?
So is there Krishna wore shoes in Vrindavan? Is the question.
We'll ask Maharaj. You want to give a go to it? We don't want to speculate. But I'm glad you're thinking of Krishna's lotus feet. Anything else? Oh, we have a name to give. I almost forgot. If you could clear this space right here. Thank you. One devotee is making her vows today. So we ask for your blessings. Brenda, please come forward. Chris, can you let her? Yes, thank you. What are the 4 rules?
Four rules are no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no meat eating, including fish and eggs.
And what to do every day? What to do every day? Baba Mai Devi Dasi. Baba Mai is a name for Srimati Radharani,
Jai.
someone who is full, most full of spiritual emotions. So you're the servant of Baba Mai.
Haribo.
We can announce. Also earlier today, Mulakarna Devi Dasi received second initiation. And stand up. So she's now a Brahmani and she'll be helping with the deity puja. And she does all of that while working a full-time job as a nurse. In other words, she doesn't simply believe in Krishna. She engages dynamically in his service. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki! Srila Prabhupada ki! So Maharaj is going to do a short kirtan. Yes or no? Do you all know what I'm talking about? So we have a very senior Vaishnava who is visiting Atlanta. You have seen Devamrita Maharaj has been here. He's leaving tomorrow. Now we have the great opportunity to take advantage of another very, very senior Vaishnava, very dedicated servant of Srila Prabhupada. They say that we should be like a crane. The quality of a crane is always looking and waiting for the right time. Whenever there is a saintly person coming through, we immediately pounce on it and take full advantage and take full shelter and the opportunity to serve them and associate with them by attending the beautiful discussions and the expressions of their devotion or love for Krishna. So we're very happy His Holiness Devamrita Maharaj is here. Can we welcome him together? If I was him, I wouldn't feel welcome. Half of you are still asleep. So can we welcome His Holiness Devamrita Swami Maharaj to Atlanta? Celebrate by calling out for Krishna. Because wherever these devotees travel, they bring Krishna with them in their heart and Srila Prabhupada's instructions with them. And it is something that we all need, and through the process of hearing from such advanced, spiritually advanced Vaishnavas, our spiritual lives will also grow. So today we have our Sunday feast sponsors, Bhava Mai and her family are sponsoring the Sunday feast, and also we have Anita. So Anita is not here, so we can have someone else. Would anyone like to do an arati? So Devamrita wants to do arati, okay? Could we have the harmonium? We'll do a kirtan. If we can all face their worships. So ready? The whole family needs blessings. Blessings and prayers. Baba Mai now, she's representing the whole dynasty. Got it. So this whole family is celebrating the spiritual journey of their mother. Her mother's name now Baba Mai. We're going to pray to the lordships, Shri Gaurnitai, Jagannath, Baladeshwara Devi, and Radha Madan Mohan, the whole family can smoothly continue in their spiritual journey. Are you all okay with that? So if you don't mind to raise both arms. If you are not afraid to raise all four of your arms, that would be great. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much, Baba Mai and your whole family. Hare Krishna, congratulations. Anita is watching it online, so she's watching Hare Krishna. She also wants the blessings and the prayers of all the devotees because she's celebrating her 32 years in this material body, in this material world. And that was on July the 23rd. So can we also send her prayers? Please, if you don't mind. Together. Hare! Also messaged us about prayers. The family is having some health challenges. They're seeking their spiritual family for their prayers. And her name is Krishna Ta, T-A-H. So if you don't mind, let's pray for her. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare So, for those of you who are monthly supporters of the temple, and we have this Back to Godhead magazine. So if you don't mind to come to the office and collect your magazine, it gives you beautiful articles and more inspirational information for your spiritual journey. Okay. Few updates and points to pencil in your calendars. On July the 28th, Saturday, we are celebrating Padmini Ekadasi. It's a Saturday, so it's an easy one. And then 15th, we're celebrating the last day of Purushottama month, which is a unique month this year. You get to do some spiritual activities in addition to whatever you're doing. And it is to amplify your spiritual progress and to magnify your spiritual consciousness. And it's a very beautiful vrata, beautiful fast, this Purushottama Mas. On August the 27th, which is a Sunday, it is the beginning of Jhulan Yatra. Jhulan Yatra is a festival where Krishna is put on a swing in all the residents of Vrindavan. Who has swings in their homes? Anybody has swings? Some of you have swings. So Krishna does a whole festival in the summer month where he's put on a swing, very beautifully decorated with all the vines and flowers in the forest of Vrindavan. And everybody comes and they sing very melodiously and they pull Krishna on the swing. So we're going to be celebrating that here. On the 27th we'll start, and it is, this year normally is 5 days, sometimes it's 7 days. This year is only 3 days. So don't miss the opportunity. It'll be at 8 a.m. in the morning and 7 p.m. in the evening, every single day. For those of you who are able to come in the morning, come in the morning. If not, you can come in the evening. If you can come to both, that's even better. but I say don't miss it because it's a very beautiful meditation and pastime. And then on the 30th of August, we're celebrating the appearance of Lord Balaram. Balaram Jayanti Mahamahotsav ki Jai! We're celebrating the birthday of Krishna's elder brother. It's beautiful celebrations, especially if you have children. We do a Vedic version of a piñata. If you wanted to know what piñata came from, it came from this pastime. The original piñata festival. So kids get to participate and have fun. A lot of kirtans, discussions on Lord Balaram. Of course, always a big, beautiful feast. On the 6th of September, we're celebrating Shri Krishna Janmashtami Mahamahotsav ki Jai! It is the appearance day of Krishna. You see him on the altar every day. On September the 6th, we're going to be celebrating his birthday. And we start the birthday celebration at 3:30 a.m. in the morning by coming to the temple here at 4:30. And the celebration goes on till midnight. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on. Music, dance, singing, chanting, dancing, feasting and fasting. Those who are initiated, they will fast till midnight. Those who want to have more fun, then they will have a lot of feast. There will be prasadam being served all throughout the day. It's the biggest celebration in the world. They say an approximation of 2.4 billion people in the world will be celebrating Sri Krishna Janmashtami. It's a massive festival. This is, of course, is an approximation. I don't know how they come up with these numbers, but I just go with it. And then on September the 7th, we're going to be celebrating the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai! He was born on the day of Nanda Utsav, which is when a child is born. They get so busy they don't celebrate enough. So then they do a following day celebration. So it's called Nanda Utsav. And that is the day that Srila Prabhupada was born into this world. He appeared into this world. So we'll be celebrating that. And the final announcement is July the 30th, this coming Sunday. We are celebrating the Chapana Bhog. This is a festival where Lord Jagannath gets to eat 56 different items that is offered to him. This happens every single day, including today, in a city called Puri. And they offer him 56 items to eat every single day. And by the time he finishes eating, and they wash their hands, they're ready with another 56 items. So he is the god of eating. And that's on the altar, if you see, look to the left side, with a big smile, big eyes, the dark one. That is Lord Jagannath. He's the god of eating. So we worship him because we all like to eat. So if we eat anything that is offered to him, and we just simply do that in this life, you'll be successful. You'll go back to the spiritual world. You don't have to do anything else. How simple is that? You just have to cook and feed him and just keep eating. You can eat your way to the spiritual world. It's a pretty simple one, easy one for all of us. So, we're going to be celebrating this Chapana Bhog on this Sunday. And who here knows how to cook? Raise your hand if you know how to cook. I'm not going to ask you to cook. I'm just doing a check to see if you know how to cook. Raise your hand if you know how to cook. Raise your hand if you don't know how to cook. Raise your hand if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Who would like to know what I'm talking about? Okay, I guess I'm putting you guys to sleep, so I'm going to cut this short. So on this day, is the only day where everyone gets to cook something for Lord Jagannath. Normally, only those who follow a proper protocol, a proper etiquette, cultivating proper spiritual consciousness, only such personalities, only such people are given privilege to cook for their lordships. So if your mind is in the gutter, you won't be allowed to cook for Lord Jagannath. But on this day, every one of you, doesn't matter where your mind is, if you cook for Lord Jagannath, you can take your mind out of the day. Because that's what it does. So everyone gets this opportunity. And if you don't know how to cook, that's also great. You can all go out and buy some fruits and wash them. I'm sure you can do that. And you can bring it over. The offerings need to be brought to the temple. I'll tell you what time the offering is. Between 4 to 5 p.m. you get 1 hour window. And it's such a beautiful meditation. For those of you who do not cook, I feel sorry for you because you're missing out on expressing your artistic, therapeutic experience. I love cooking. I can zone out in the kitchen. So it's a very beautiful meditation. I urge you all to get in the kitchen and make that kitchen your place of worship, where you have beautiful consciousness and you can cook with that beautiful consciousness for Krishna. And you bring it to him and you give them your name and the number of items you brought, and then we'll read that out to Lord Jagannath. The Pujari will say, Maria has, my dear Lord Jagannath, Maria has brought 15 different items, preparations for you. Please accept this offering. This is what we're going to do on this festival. So those of you who want to cook for Lord Jagannath, whether you know how to cook or not, try it. Even if you burn it, try. And then make sure you give them your name and the number of preparations you cooked between 4 to 5 p.m. Should you be cooking large amounts because you need to feed everybody? No. Because somehow it happens that Lord Jagannath will inspire you in your heart and you will cook and there will be lots of prasad. So just small portions. Chittariya Prabhu has pots. He can show you. You can get those. He just appeared from behind the curtains. He's a magician. And those pots are available at Publix, Kroger's, Walmart, Ingles, and you can cook and put portions in those containers and bring it over for the offering. The only thing that we request you is to make sure there is no onions and garlic, because Lord Jagannath does not like the smell of onions and garlic. That's why we don't offer him those. So please avoid those two items. Shri Jagannath Swami ki jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi ki jai. Okay. As you know, Janmashtami is coming up. Every year we have a different theme. I'm not disclosing to you what the theme is, because I would like it to be a surprise. And something that is related to Krishna. That's the hint I give you. And you will be given the privilege and honor to personally come and bathe Krishna on his birthday. Why is it so special to bathe Krishna on Janmashtami? Because on that day that Krishna comes, he wants to see everyone. He's so excited because he's coming here just to see us. This is what Srimad Bhagavatam explains. No reason, but just to come and see us. So when we come to see him on this Janmashtami day, he is extremely happy. And he bestows all benedictions. So on this Janmashtami day, you'll be having this opportunity to come very close to Krishna like this and bathe him with Panchamrita and Panchagavya. these auspicious substances. So, in preparation for Janmashtami, Siddharth, Sarin and family, they already donated for one of the sets of the dresses for the deities. You see those dresses they're wearing? They're made in Vrindavan. Vrindavan is Krishna's home. So he's all the way here in Atlanta, and so we make sure that we get something from his home so he doesn't get homesick. It's very important. We all get homesick. We want to make sure Krishna doesn't get homesick, so we get these clothes made in his village, in his town in Vrindavan, and bring it here, and we give him, and we offer those to them, to their lordships, on this day. So Siddharth, Sarin and family, they sponsored $2,800 for the deity dress. These dresses are not made with machines, they're hand sewn. So if you don't know what it looks like, you can look it up. They're called jari work. And also we'd like to recognize Pravir Kumar Sharkar. He sponsored the birthday cake for Krishna, which is $500. So thank you so much. Shri Krishna Janmashtami Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. Before I forget, His Holiness Devamrita Swami Maharaj has authored 2 books. Who here has seen this book? Raise your hand if you have seen this book. Raise your hand if you haven't seen this book. So this book is a very nice segue into understanding how bhakti works. And it'll give you a very detailed description of how to find bhakti within this world. So Maharaj is here, he's back to sign for those books. So if you don't have those books, you can come forward and he will put his autograph on the books and you can get his blessings. So if you would like, please come and line up right here in the front. Who would like, what is the donation, Shastakrit Prabhu? He says no donations.
No minimum.
No minimum. I love it. No minimum donations for these books. And he also has Discovery. You don't have that India one. Okay. Only this book. The other books ran out. So who would like this book, Discovering Hiding in Unnatural Happiness? Is that right?
Yeah.
Hiding in. Please come forward. Please come forward. Anyone else for the books? Please come forward. Please make way for those who are in the back trying to cut to the front. Please don't forget Shastakrit Prabhu. He said there is no minimum donations. Sorry, no maximum donations. So this book, since it was published, 600,000 copies of these books have been printed and sold. So you can see it's having, making its way around the world because it's really impactful. funny and he's got his own book. Hare Krishna. Brother Sham, welcome back. Anyone else for the books? I think he has a few more left. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everyone together. ecstatic kirtan with His Holiness Devamrita Swami. Be ready to drop a few pounds by dancing and chanting.
Hare
Krishna
More. A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishwavan Savaraj ki Jai Stoder Sisi Bhakti Siddhanta Sarjata Guru Prabhupada ki Nitai Go Premanandi